Hi, I'm Jeff Brazil with the online programs from the University of Arkansas. In this recorded webinar, you will hear Phil Jones from the College of Engineering to talk about the Masters in Construction Management. Great stuff. And remember, go Hogs.
All right, so today, as I said, we're going to be talking about the Master of Science in Construction Management, which is presented by the College of Engineering. And we're lucky today to have Mr. Phil Jones with us, who's the Assistant Director of Strategic Growth and Innovation. He's also a faculty member here at the College of Engineering. And so you may see him in classes if you apply and get admitted to this program. Just a quick overview of what we're going to be talking about today. I'll do an overview of the program and its requirements, and then we'll kind of move into the benefits of the degree as well as the University of Arkansas and kind of how we're here to help you and support you through that journey, as well as the admissions process and what you can kind of expect your day-to-day to look like as an online student, and then the resources available to you while you're here and paying for college as well. So firstly, this is the Master of Science in Construction Management. One of the most important things about studying online is flexibility. So we're proud that this is 100% online. I believe that most or all of the classes are delivered asynchronously, so you don't have to necessarily log in at a specific time. Then this program is a 30 credit hour course, and that is estimated to take about 2 years. And then another really great benefit is that there is no entrance exam required like the GRE. So just real quickly, I think one of the highlights of this program is the fact that the construction industry itself is a pretty interdisciplinary industry. This degree has also been crafted in that way. It's going to pull from a lot of different colleges, and you're going to get a really holistic view of the construction industry. So it's pulling from the College of Engineering, of course, but also from the business side and from the architecture side, as well as like the legal aspects of construction are really, really important. And you'll see that in on this next slide here. Those are the required courses there, that list of courses, as well as an additional 9 remaining credit hours that would be required. But you can kind of see there that there's like the legal aspects, the sustainability. So it's really kind of an interdisciplinary degree. Just real quick, the requirements include a bachelor's degree, of course, but with an overall degree GPA of 3.0 or at least 3.0 in the final 60 hours of that degree program. And then, as I stated, those are the required courses, but an additional 9 credit hours would be required on top of those. So I think I'll take a moment now, and if Phil would like to speak and kind of maybe add anything to what I've said or just kind of clear up anything, I'll turn it over to him.
Well, Jeff, thank you both for this opportunity, and welcome to those who are on this session as well. And I'm very glad that you're considering this program. The program now, we're in about, I think, starting our 4th year now. And we believe that we're in a really good position growing the program. We've added a class or 2 every year to provide students with more opportunities to pick a career or a path academically that really fits their interest and their requirements for their work in the construction industry. I don't have really hard data on this, but from my experience as an instructor for the last 4 years now in the program, I will say that on average, and it's just an average, our students have about 5 to 7 years of experience in the industry. Some have much more. They want to come back, pick up some more skills. Many students are looking to advance in their company they work for to hopefully go up to a senior position, and this program certainly helps those students do that. As Will mentioned, this program is fully online. He mentioned that it's asynchronous. One thing we are doing more of now, not every instructor, but many more are, is because how important it is, excuse me, to make connections with students and support our students in the program. Many of us now offer a optional, once a week session, either using Zoom or Teams. We use Blackboard as our academic platform. Inside of Blackboard is a tool called Collaborate. So we use one of those three platforms and host an optional online session every week where we walk through key content, preview assignments, and answer your questions. And again, the idea is for you to feel and to believe and to know you're not out there by yourself, that really you do have instructors supporting you. And there's been plenty of research that shows that is one of the keys to success in an online program.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. That's a really great thing, that you're touching base, almost face to face with students, because that definitely is really critical in feeling supported and getting through those classes for sure. So thank you for that. And then we'll move on, and I'll kind of talk about now just the benefits of an online degree itself, as well as the university. So as I mentioned earlier, the flexibility is super critical for online. So I believe that somewhere in the neighborhood of 81% of all of our online students are working full time. And additionally, 51% of those are parents. So it's, as it states here, you don't have to put your life on hold if you're wanting to work towards a better one, or you're trying to advance your career, or you're just looking to learn, to gain more knowledge. You have an opportunity here. This is a really, really great institution, and the programs we put on and the departments do a really, really great job of making sure that you have that flexibility. Additionally, we have worked really hard to make it affordable. So as long as you're in an online degree program, you're studying fully online, you pay in-state tuition no matter where you live in the world. And then you'll also gain access to the support network that we've built through things like the Office of Career Connections. They'll help support you, not just, you'll get the support you need during your learning process here, but also afterwards as well. And that kind of goes into the next thing, that we're here for you. So our office, the Global Campus Office, we've worked really, really hard to make sure that you are able to get enrolled and stay on course and have everything that you need to be successful while you're here and after you get your degree. And I think one of the great stories that really highlights that is Quentin Wyrick here on this slide. He I believe at the time of starting this program, he was working at a Hug and Haul, doing sales, and now he is. His goal was to be a project manager, and I believe he's now an assistant project manager. So he's able to attain that, and I think that that just kind of shows that this degree, this program is really there to help support you and make your goals achievable. And then that kind of goes back to the university itself. Obviously, we're a top public research institution that is nationally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. And specifically, the College of Engineering has done a really, really fantastic job. So in the last U.S. News and World Report, the College of Engineering had climbed to number 31 on their best online programs. And that's for master's degrees in the engineering department. And so we're really, really proud of them. And we think that's awesome. And a lot of that is due to the dedicated faculty that you see there, so that the same faculty that are teaching on campus are the ones that are going to be teaching your online classes, and you'll get to interact with them. And really, they're imparting a whole bunch of knowledge that they just have a lot of experience. And so, that you can use that to advance your career, just like Quentin did, and many of our other students. So feel free to check out our blog where we post their stories. Just a quick overview of the admissions process. So you'll apply to the graduate school first, and once you get accepted, you can move into the construction management program. At the time of application, you'll pay the fee and submit any of your transcripts that are necessary. And you'll be able to check your status then. And I encourage everyone to do that to make sure that you're not missing any uploads or anything like that. And then just wait your decision, and you'll get an email about that telling you to go check your status again, and it'll give you that information. And as Phil mentioned, so as an online student, your main learning platform is Blackboard Learn, which is a really, really great tool where you'll be able to see all of your assignments with their due dates. You can interact with all your classes, your classmates, and you'll be able to talk with professors through this. So it's a really great tool, and there's a whole lot of interaction that'll be going on here. So um, it's it's a great platform. And if you run into any issues throughout this, there are also ways to kind of talk with computer and tech experts through this that can help you get any issues resolved. But hopefully you don't have any. And so as a University of Arkansas student, no matter where you are, just because you're learning remotely does not mean you're learning alone. We have systems in place here to support you. So within our office, we have the online student liaisons. I have them listed as liaisons here. They're really just a great resource to get any questions you have answered. So you can call them or chat with them. And they're there to answer any of your questions. And if they don't have the answer, they will find out where to get that answer, and they will make sure that your question gets answered and follow up with you and keep checking in to make sure that you're on the right track. Additionally, we have coaches that are there as your kind of your personal cheerleader. You can chat with them about your successes, or if you're needing support and just kind of like somebody to cheer you on, you can talk with them and they can really help you out. An additional resource that kind of ties into that is the student union, which is really a place for you to engage with your peers. You can, exchange study tips and talk with other people, just as if you were in an on-campus student union. And then to make sure you really get set out on the right foot, we have crafted this online orientation. So it functions similar to a regular on-campus orientation, but it really gives you some practice assignments to get you, acclimated to the distance learning and as well as the Blackboard Learn environment to kind of give you a head start before any of it counts towards your grade. So all of the assignments that you're assigned there don't count towards your grade, and it gives you an opportunity just to get acclimated. So I encourage everybody to engage with that and complete that from start to finish. And if you have any questions, that QR code takes you to the liaisons page, and you'll be able to get your questions answered there. So feel free to reach out to us at any time. And then, so the estimated cost of attendance, as I said, it's one of the perks of studying online is that you pay in-state tuition no matter where you live. So it's going to be the same. You don't have to worry about, any kind of differences between states or anything like that. And so the tuition per credit hour is $313, and then there are some additional fees there as well, but it's really quite affordable, and we're really happy to be able to offer that and help people, better themselves and create the life that they want to live. And then to help pay for college, we also have set up several scholarships. So for our office, we have the W.E. Manning Scholarship, which is set up specifically for online students, and I believe that's about $1,000 per semester. And then if you are an Arkansas resident, you have access to the Academic Challenge Scholarship and the Future Grant as well. And then, as always, I encourage everybody to fill out the FAFSA and see what kind of grants that you might qualify for, such as the Pell Grant. And if you need to, you can take out loans as well. And then obviously military aid for those that have served. We thank you for your service, and you're able to use your post 9/11 GI Bill or your Montgomery GI Bill here at the University of Arkansas online. And if you are working and you qualify for tuition reimbursement through an employer, that would be also a really, really great opportunity to take advantage of. If you have any questions about any of those scholarships or filling out a FAFSA, you can reach out to the financial aid office, and they'll help you get those questions answered. And then lastly, before we kind of move on to the questions, I think this is another really great story. So James Milner, he actually works for the university, and he started a different degree program before. He really wanted a construction management degree, but we didn't have it at that time. As Phil said, this is, I think, only our 4th or 5th year of offering this program. So when this one came up, he immediately enrolled, and he was so glad he did. It's when asked like what impact the program has had, he said, I use every class every day, all the time. And I think that really summarizes how holistic the program is, allowing you to, he's, I believe, a construction coordinator. And so he's like dabbling in all aspects of it. And this program hits on all of those aspects and allows you to have a much deeper, view of what all of those aspects are. And so, yeah, just finishing up, all of our contact information is here. The College of Engineering is there. If you have any questions about applying for the graduate school, that information is there. But additionally, Jeff and my contact information is there. And if you have questions for us about the online side, especially, we can get those questions answered for you. So now I think I'll open it up for questions.
Will, may I jump in again? Just add a few more things. Something on your
Absolutely.
slide prompted me. Will's very generous to have a slide that says distinguished faculty. That might be a bit of a stretch, but I will say that most of us actually practiced and worked in this industry either while or prior to teaching. I worked for a construction management consultancy, then for two large construction firms as an adjunct. I'm full-time now. That's similar to most of our instructors, where they've worked in industry while pursuing their doctorate, and so bring real world experience to this program. All the faculty, except for me, have a PhD, or in the case of our legal classes, they have they've finished law school. Working on a PhD myself right now in project management. So all that to say is that as far as instructors go, you're getting the A team, not some B team. So good instructors, real experience, that are passionate about this program and work very, very hard to provide a really good experience for you. Also, we try to stay abreast of all things in construction. When we have our annual faculty meeting every year in August, we invite in a student panel, usually those who are at the end of the program or just finished up, to give us feedback on how to improve the program. We're always trying to find ways to make it better, more relevant, again, expand our class offerings. We also have an industry advisory board from the large companies here in Northwest Arkansas that meet as well. So we are always trying to stay current, relevant, and be sure that what we're teaching our students can be learned today and used tomorrow in their jobs.
That's great. Thank you, Bill. I was wanting to open it up the floor to anybody that has any questions that would like to ask of us. You can put those in the chat, or any questions that you have. We'd be happy to answer those.
I have somewhat of a question. Is this, I'll tell you, I was very hesitant just based on the engineering title in this, just based on the fact that as a project manager, I thought, I don't want to take any engineering courses or anything like that. And this doesn't sound like it'll be relevant, but it's not necessarily going to go too deep into that. Is that correct? Is that fair to say?
I'll take that question. Mary, that's correct. There are no courses that are calculus based, anything like that. Now, as they should be, we have some courses that are very challenging. Most students, when they give us feedback, indicate that for those who took the second BIM class, that's a pretty challenging class. I teach our course in risk and financial management, and students report that course is somewhat challenging as well. It should be that way, right? This is a master's program. But as far as those engineering type classes, again, calculus based, some courses may just touch on statistics very lightly, but nothing deep at all. So you will not see those courses heavy in theory as you would in engineering curriculum.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? I know, Mario, you said you had a question you asked on the form yesterday. I haven't gotten that form yet, but if you want to go ahead and ask that today, we'd be more than happy to answer that.
Okay. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Doing great.
I just want to thank you guys for doing this. This is very informative and helpful. Just even this program. So I think I have a lot of questions, but I'll just end with, I just ask this. Upon uh, do you have to have years of experience in the construction industry in order to go through this program?
Mario, you do not. As I mentioned earlier, on average, our students have probably 5 to 7 years. I've had students, though, who just finished their undergrad degree and then walked right into this program just to go ahead and get that master's degree knocked out early in life. And actually, we have students. I had two outstanding students year before last who both worked for a very large telecommunication company, nothing at all related to construction, and they wanted to make a career change. So they took our program, did outstanding work, and I think one may have made that big career change, the other not yet. So to answer your question again, experience is not required. Some find it helpful, but we be sure we are very intentional that when we teach, that we be sure that everyone understands what we're talking about, uh, up to speed, what we're talking about, brought up to speed, and help any way that we can.
Okay. Bill, we have another couple questions in here from Alex. He asked, is he eligible to apply for the Master of Science in Construction Management if he's currently in his final semester of the bachelor's program?
A student needs to have a 3.0 grade point average, either in their undergrad totally or their last 60 hours. So if you're on track to graduate and your grade point meets that requirement, you could then probably go ahead and start the application process.
Okay. And then he also asked about the final comprehensive exam. Is it required to graduate from the program? And any details about the format and expectations?
Yes, the University of Arkansas Graduate School, which kind of oversees all graduate programs, does require that master's level programs have some type of comprehensive presentation or exam at the end of the program. For us, what this looks like is a student prepares a PowerPoint presentation that includes a little bit of information about themselves, their undergrad education, their work experience, the courses they've taken in this program, construction management program, and then how they either are or how they see themselves applying what they've learned, and then what their career goals are. The student will reach out to 3 instructors and ask those instructors to serve on their panel. We get a date that works for everyone scheduled, then have that meeting, usually either live here in Fayetteville for those who want to come here or online. The student presents. We ask a few questions, nothing designed to trick anybody. Don't want to trip anybody up. Just let you tell us what you've learned and what difference it will make in your career. Then we vote on the spot, and that is it. No thesis, no dissertation, nothing like that. Just that comp presentation is it.
Awesome. That sounds great. Mario had one more question. Will there be any help with job placement?
Mario, right now, we do not have what I would classify as a structured work placement program. As I mentioned earlier, we do have an industry advisory board that meets with us at least once a year. So we have those contacts because most of us as faculty, having worked in the industry, still have contacts. What usually happens is that a student may reach out to me and say, Professor Jones, I'm looking to move or change employers, maybe get a different type job in construction, whatever it might be. And when that happens, I know I and other instructors will gladly forward that resume to our contacts in the industry and kind of that one-on-one way help you hopefully find that next position.
Thank you so much. I did have another question as it relates to like when, the current job I have right now is that I'm a director of construction for a nonprofit where we provide roofs for people in the low income areas in Memphis, Tennessee. And even before getting this job, I had semi experience. I was a assistant project manager for a commercial construction company. I had some maintenance experience and things of that nature. But most of the like jobs that we look at, they ask for a bachelor's of construction management. Do you find that if you don't have a bachelor's but you have a master's in construction management, that is helpful for people's future?
Well, I do 100%. And I have an undergrad in construction management. It served me well. I got a master's degree not long ago, which opened up more doors for me than I ever imagined. So my answer to you is I cannot envision where if you walk in with a Master of Science in construction management, but not an undergrad in construction management, I don't see that hurting you at all. I can't imagine an employer not seeing that even as more value than an undergrad in construction management.
Well, awesome. Is there any other questions? Does anybody have any other questions for Professor Jones?
I just have a quick question.
Okay.
If we decide we want to go on, this is a good fit for us, we start the application process. How long does that take? Can you kind of give us a little brief on how long that'll take and start of class?
Mary, since I'm not the person who administers the application process, I don't have a good feel for how long it takes once someone makes the application and submits it until there's a decision. Dr. Micah Hale, who's civil engineering department head and program director, takes care of that. But from our conversations together, it's not a long process. I mean, having that 3-point or better, being able to provide, I think, transcripts are required also. From that point, it's not long, but actually I can find out for you. I'll be glad to talk to Dr. Hale and give you a response back. If you want to send your contact information to me by email, my email address is pwj001@uark.edu. Send me an email. I'll talk to Dr. Hale, get an idea of how long the process takes. But if you want to go this fall, I would see no problem at all if you have all other credentials that you need, all the requirements, be able to start in the fall.
Okay. And I excuse me, I attended UALR. So it would be a little bit easier to get all my transcripts and everything. Would that be a little bit easier just based on the same system, or is that?
My experience, I've had to provide my UALR transcript a couple of times for my master's degree and now my PhD. They are very, very, very fast getting that done. There's no problem whatsoever.
We have another question, Professor Jones, is can you give us a brief overview of what kinds of elective courses can be taken for the remaining 9 hours of the degree?
I'm so glad that question was asked. So here we go. So our elective courses include a class in construction productivity, a fundamentals in sustainability, a very popular class. Again, my class, risk and financial management in construction. There is, again, the second class in BIM. There's a heavy construction equipment management course. There is a construction supply chain management course. There's a class taught by someone who teaches another place also over on the East Coast named Rick Thompson. He's an architect, and he teaches a value management class, which is very popular. Dr. Hale, the program director, teaches a very good class in concrete materials. We have an environmental regulations and permits class. We have a low impact development class. And also, we let students, if they don't like any of those, go over and take a look at the operations management program, which is where I also teach and serve as an assistant director. And so students can take up to 3 classes from what's called the MSOM or OMGT program. popular classes in that program that a lot of our construction management students like to take are our project management course and advanced project management course. I teach both of those. And then also we have a really good leadership class. So you can really, like I said earlier, you can really customize your curriculum to fit your interest and really where you see yourself going or what your current needs are in your current job in construction.
Awesome. That's fantastic that you can do that. That's great. Are there any more questions? Does anybody have anything else for Professor Jones? If not, we don't have anything else. We want to thank everybody for coming. We also want to thank Professor Jones for being here. We're very appreciative of his time. We really believe in this program. We think it's a great program. We think you do well there. We're excited. We hope to get you to apply. We hope to get you accepted, and we hope to see everyone as Razorback someday and be able to walk across that stage with the University of Arkansas master's degree. So thank you for your time, and we appreciate you. And reach out to any of the contacts that you have, and we'll be happy to get back with you. Thank you very much.